Welcome back to Sports Report. Andy Lynch joined by the Wapakoneta wrestling team, at least some members of the team. Jason Rosterford, longtime coach, alongside a couple seniors, Luke Beach and Coleman Brown. Guys, thanks for joining us tonight. Off weekend for varsity, Jason. Nice to come out of the break and have a little time here for the guys.
Yeah, we had a big tournament last Thursday, Friday down at Vandalia Butler. And so, yeah, we had a duel, and we had a duel last night, so they get a weekend off of competition. They still have practice, but they're really excited about that.
You guys would rather be actually wrestling, right? Not practicing, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
For sure.
Rivalry game tonight in basketball, of course. Shawnee Wapakoneta. Rivalry match in wrestling last night. Got a win over Shawnee. How did that feel?
Yeah, I mean, it was great going out and getting wins in WBL. That's always nice because one of our big goals is to win WBL every season. So.
Coleman 3-0 so far in the Western Buckeye League. How do you feel like the team's coming together as far as the lineup goes and getting things started?
I think the lineup's shaping up really well. Everybody's getting down to the weights that they need to, and we have a really strong team this year.
Coach, at this point in the season, you like where your guys are at, or what kinds of things can you improve upon?
Yeah, I mean, when you go out and wrestle, there's always things you got to work on and improve on. But these guys, they work hard, and when they don't want to, they're forced to. So they work hard, and they watch their films with the coaches and pick up on little technique issues that they got to fix. So it's coming along. We're still getting some guys. Some younger guys getting a lot of experience, going to some varsity stuff, going to some JV stuff to get matches. So it's a good mix. We have 4 seniors, and they're leading the way, and we have some young guys that are trying to keep up and keep their head above water, but they're doing a good job.
Talk about the Western Buckeye League this year. Of course, last year had the 2-way tie for the regular season, and you guys won the tournament to take the overall crown. Do you expect that again this year, that type of matches?
I hope not.
You want to run away with it?
Yeah, it's much easier that way.
Right.
But there's some good teams in the league. We started off with St. Mary's, and they got a lot of talent, and they actually beat us last year. So avenging that loss was big for us. And then, as you said last night, getting a win against Shawnee, they beat us last year also. So we have some good teams coming up. We got to wrestle yet, though. Specifically, Salina and Defiance coming up. Elida's got some good kids too, so we got to keep working and getting better.
Luke, what are those matches like? Duels. You see the middle school kids go first, leads up to the varsity in the league match. What are those WBL matches like?
I mean, it's fun. It's different than like when I was growing up. That didn't have the middle school, but I think it's good that they're incorporating that into it now because we can see how they're doing and how they're building up, and they can watch us, and it just makes us closer.
Coleman,
Bring us together as a team more.
Mm-hmm.
What have your highlights been so far for your season here? Senior year already here. How you feeling so far?
I feel good. The 3-0 start has definitely boosted my confidence, and I can't really think of a particular highlight so far.
Yeah.
Just I think just the 3-0 start as a WBL team is just really good.
You guys wrestle a very difficult tournament schedule as well. You've already seen Graham a few times. What's it like going down to Dayton and seeing these big schools?
It's fun. You get to see a lot of really strong wrestling talent, and you get to measure up against where you are against them and compete against some really tough schools and get some really good experience. You
love those tournaments, I know, just to see where your guys are at. Yep. What have you gotten out of them so far?
Well, like you said, it's neat to go down there, and there's a team component to wrestling that a lot of people don't understand. So when you're going to duels, you got to work strategy, and sometimes you jostle your lineup around and where's this matchup going to help us, and how can we win this weight class and stuff. But when you go down to those big tournaments, it's basically the individuals. They go to the weight class they want to go, and try to rev them up and let them go out there and see what they can do. And it kind of gauges you like where they're at for their state tournament competition. So the GMV tournament's a big tournament. We did really well. We finished 11th overall.
Yeah.
After the first session, we were going to head a Graham. So we took a picture of that, but that didn't last.
You prayed for snow and then wanted it to be over.
Yeah, we're done. That's it. So in a couple of weeks, we'll go up to Toledo to the Maumee Bay tournament, and that's a tough one also. But that's how these guys, that's how they're going to get better, and that's how, like Coleman said, you measure yourself where you're at, and that's how you know what you need to work on against that competition that you're going to have to face in February. So that's what we're after.
Have there been any guys that have surprised you with a really good start? You thought maybe it was possible, but they've actually performed to their potential?
There's a few of them. Trevor Plogger has done a real good job this year. He didn't get many matches last year, but he's wrestling really well. He finished 3rd at the GMV tournament. He just made a mistake in one match and got beat by the kid that ended up winning the tournament.
Oh, wow.
And then he pinned everybody else. So, no, I take that back. He did win a decision in the consolation semifinals. But he wrestled a great tournament, and it's good to see him getting those wins and getting his name out there across the area. So he's done a good job. At 106, we have Colin Malott, who was at Northmont last year, but his family moved to Wapak, and so they're originally from Wapak, so we say they moved back. But he's done a great job for us also, so he's off to a good start. You know, like I said, our seniors are leading the team, and the young guys are just, you got to try to keep up. And there's some freshmen that are wrestling varsity that are taking some lumps, but you get better every time you go wrestle, so that's what we're trying to get them to do.
Luke, there's always good seniors at Wapakoneta. What have you learned from some of the seniors before you to help you this year?
I mean, I've just learned that throughout the history of Wapak, they set a high standard, and you just gotta always be ready to go out there and perform and lead the team.
This year, Coach, all the regionals for the team duels are on the same day. We talked a little bit about the reasoning behind that, but share with the audience why they've done that, and do you like that?
I do like it. In years past, it was always a Wednesday night event. So you had to make weight on Wednesday, and a lot of leagues have duels on Thursdays. So you had guys making weight on Wednesday, having to make weight on Thursday, and then still maybe even Saturday have a tournament. So to get rid of that, they set up February 2nd as the regional quarterfinals and semifinals. So I'm not sure of the site yet. The state's keeping that a secret. At least we haven't heard yet.
We haven't either, don't we?
Yeah. Well, we were at a coaches meeting down at the GMV, and everybody was kind of complaining about that a little bit.
So it won't be at the highest seated school in the region?
No,
or?
It's going to have to be a site predetermined ahead of time because they need to have the facilities that can hold that capacity of people.
Because that'll be a lot of teams.
There's going to be a lot of teams, yeah. Okay. And then the teams that advance the next week will be down at St. John's Arena for the state finals.
Awesome. Wapakoneta Redskins getting ready for the second half of their season, unbeaten in the Western Buckeye League. Guys, thanks for stopping by. Good luck rest of the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, back to Patrick for more here on Sports Report.